What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys an NFL episode for Week 4 coming up on Sunday, discussing the main slate. We have a ton of great matchups, some really good value spots. As usual, I'm going to give you guys a quarterback I'm looking at, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, and a defense. Before I get into my picks, my sponsored sportsbook, BetUS, offers 125% matched your first deposit of $50 or more. Just sign up through the link below this video. It's a high quality sports book, and they're very good on payouts, very quick, and there's not many state restrictions. So check it out. Use the link below with promo code JOIN125. So for this week, I am really high on Kyler Murray. He's obviously a stud. 8,200. He's not a top expensive quarterback, but he's up there. I love this matchup. The Rams defense hasn't been good against the pass. 25th right now in the league. And I love the environment and atmosphere that this new Rams field brings. It's a beautiful stadium, packs a ton of people. And we saw the GOAT, Tom Brady. He didn't struggle, but he came away with that loss. You got to really show up here. I think Murray's going to come into this game with a lot of preparation off of a pretty weak performance against the Jaguars. They did pull out the win, but he wasn't so great. He didn't even have a passing touchdown. But I just can't shake off those first 2 weeks of the year. He was so good. 7 total passing touchdowns. And he's rushed a touchdown each game this year. So we all know how valuable rushing touchdowns are. There's 6 fantasy points. A passing touchdown is only 4. So Murray, one of the better rushing quarterbacks in the league, he should be able to rack up all the fantasy points he can against this Rams defense. They also are 4.5-point underdogs. So they're going to need him to play really well, and Vegas is predicting him to be down in this game, so he will have the ball in his hands very often. Love this play at 8,200. For running back, if you watched last week's, I think it was Thursday Night Football, the Panthers against the Texans, McCaffrey went down in the first quarter. They really looked at Hubbard. I think they have a lot of confidence in him. He's their rookie. Their other running back is Royce Freeman, and let's be honest, he sucks. So I expect Hubbard to get a majority of the reps here in Week 4. The Panthers are pretty optimistic that McCaffrey's only going to be out a couple weeks. But at 6,300, this game has a huge over-under, this Cowboys and Panthers game. This Cowboys defense isn't great, and the Panthers were not afraid to hand off the ball to Hubbard. He was pretty productive, 52 yards on 11 carries, and they also gave him 5 targets, so expect him to be part of the passing game. They're going to need him to have a good game. To lose a guy like McCaffrey, the best player in the NFL, there's a lot of usage that's going to go on, and Hubbard should soak up a lot of these plays. So 6,300 is a good price on him. For wide receiver, this might surprise you guys, but I'm going to go off on a limb here. Not even. I think it's kind of a safe play. I think a lot of people are going to shy away from Brandon Ayuk this week. The Seahawks and 49ers game also has a really high over-under. Seahawks defense is ranked pretty poorly, last right now overall. I expect the 49ers to be able to pass the ball pretty well. And Ayuk, in last week's game against the Packers on primetime football, they were looking at him a lot. 6 targets, 4 receptions. He got a touchdown. This game note on here really is optimistic on Ayuk being right back into the mix. He wasn't a part of their team's offensive snaps in weeks 1 and 2 really because he had a lingering hamstring injury that they really weren't reporting, which should be illegal. It's kind of crazy because a lot of people were high on Ayuk in week 1 and he didn't even play any snaps. But week 3, played a huge majority of their offensive snaps, so that is really promising to see. Ayuk can be a superstar. His potential is really good as long as he's on the field. 5,700 is a really, really low price on him. I really like this play. I think he's going to be a full go in week 4. His hamstring looks fully healthy, and he looked good in week 3. For tight end, tight ends are weird. If you try to spend down, you never know. It's a huge risk. For GPPs, it's okay to spend down on a tight end and save some money, but for cash games, let's look at Travis Kelce, best tight end in the league, 8,200. This Eagles and Chiefs game should feature a bunch of points. It has a high over-under, and Kelce obviously is going to get a ton of targets and most likely a ton of catches. He is tied for the top target with Tyreek Hill. Obviously, Mahomes loves both of them. With the Chiefs losing consecutive games and they're on the road again in Philadelphia, this game shouldn't be a blowout. They're going to need to pass the ball, and they're going to need to pass the ball well. I think Kelce is going to be a huge part of this game plan, which isn't, surprising. But I think he's going to see 10 targets again. He saw 11 targets last week, didn't get in the end zone, but he should have a really good chance of getting 15 to 20 fantasy points, which is what he needs for value. I think he's a very safe play in cash games. I don't mind spending up on him at tight end. And then for defense, this game has one of the lowest over-unders of the week. This Bears-Lions game, I think this Bears defense is going to play well. The Lions looked pretty bad last week, and the Bears have looked pretty good. Their defensive line have 10 sacks total in the last 2 weeks. They've been giving up a decent amount of points, but they've had, the Browns are not an easy matchup. I think the Lions are a far worse offense, and they're hurt. They don't have many great receivers. Jared Goff is in a new system, and Swift, the running back, he's iffy. I think this Bears defense has a great chance to play well at home and really try to pick up their dreaded offense that is ranked. I don't know if it's the worst, but it's one of the worst in the league right now. So look for this defense to come out and really set the tone. That'll sum it up for this week 4 episode, guys. I really appreciate you for tuning in as usual. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed, and let's get after week 4. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.